Faith in Action. Written by Lois Lund. Narrated by Hazel Wood. Trips to Iowa. My parents drove to northern Iowa every year for our vacation. That's where we spent 2 weeks with cousins, aunts and uncles, grandparents, and loved ones. I was a kid in the 1960s. It was in northern Iowa. As I know my ancestors from records and experience, I believe that we were Christian and conservative people. Most of my family on both sides were farmers, and Grandpa on Mom's side was a tenant farmer in the early 1930s. My cousin, 1 year younger than me, walked everywhere in town from my aunt's house to Grandma's house to the swimming pool in the park and back. We stopped at the little store. I got milk duds and licorice to eat in bed. My cousin and I shared her bed upstairs. My Auntie Ruth said we were 2 little brownies. We got tans walking right through the courtyard on sunny days, back to our favorite people's house. She lived in a big white house in a little town. My dad moved away from the farm 6 months after I was born, but we sacrificed closeness with our cousins and grandparents and aunts and uncles. I have often wanted to have a sister, but I have loyal friends now, and our family still sticks together as much as we can by phone, and we are together for the holidays. My husband took my car to the dealership to find out if there was something wrong with my car's battery, as indicated, or any other trouble. He said it would be a couple hours. Then I could eat some more of his cake. That's the last thing I need. He probably will save it for the last thing he eats when he gets home. I'm drinking liquids to keep my body healthy. Now back to Iowa. My grandmother, Elizabeth Gilbert, known as Beth, greeted me at the door. She took my face in her soft hands, kissed my cheek, and said, "Much success to you." Then she smiled and clapped her hands. I'll never forget that. And Grandpa sat in front of the big window in his suit, watching outside in his big chair in front of the big window. Friends stopped by to visit Grandpa. He was old and so pleasant to be with. He said to me, "What is your name?" I said, "Lois." Grandpa had cancer. I think he was 86. They had lots of family. They had 7 children. If I remember, I think they saw some every day. We sat down at the big oak table and had roast beef and peaches, and once rutabagas from their garden and Grandma's scrumptious brown bread that nobody else ever made, eaten with real butter and honey and milk. When we visited family, we had a delicious meal.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?